Peace be with you, and welcome to Healing Lives with Positivity 24/7, 365, and 24/7. This is a platform dedicated to obsessively, compulsively, deliberately, intentionally, just staying focused on all things positive. Listen, I love y'all so very much. If you're new to this platform, don't be shy. Say hi, give it a thumbs up if you feel that at some point in the reading it begins to resonate with you, or you gain some type of additional truth and clarity by way of your divine birthright. We are focused on birth path numbers, life path numbers. So if you do not have your life path number, the way that you acquire said number is taking your month and your date of birth by way of the numbers, the year that you were born, and you add those numbers up until you get to a single digit, okay? If for whatever reason, let's just say, for example, you get, you might take November 10th, 1980, right? Add it up, whatever that adds up to, just for example, you might get the number 12. Then you want to take that number and add that number until it becomes a single digit, meaning 1 plus 2, which would be a life path number 3. Coincidentally, we are absolutely doing life path number 3. So shout out to the people that watch life path number 1 and 2. You know what's so interesting? The best comment on that last video, hopefully you're watching, you said, what happens when you resonate with all the numbers? Or so far you're resonating with different life path numbers. I think that's amazing because I'm finding that to be the case for people who are ascending spiritually by way of astrology. Quite literally. Like I'm seeing that Cancer can relate to Sagittarius's reading, and Leo is resonating with Taurus's reading because you have mastered the 12 zodiacs within you by way of the physical spiritual body. So I'm going to do a special reading on just how we're all relating, because as I was doing life path number 1 and life path number 2, I resonate more with life path number 1 than I ever have. And I feel like with life path number 2, I've been through that cycle, but I also get into that energy depending on the circumstance or the people. So resonating with other life paths is absolutely something that I feel like as we ascend, we're going to be a little bit more accommodating as it relates to other people's life paths, meaning, more understanding, right? More patience as it relates to life path numbers. It's like we're not seeking to go against each other in that way, right? Like, oh, you're life path number 1. Oh, you're life path number 3. Oh, I don't like life path. If you don't like something at this point, you need to do the research and figure out why you don't, because all life path number 3s are not the same. So let's just see life path number 3. I love y'all so much. I just feel like we all can resonate. That was the moral of the story. Maybe I took the long route around the mulberry bush by way of explanation and explaining how I felt about that. So let's see what's going on. It says life path number 3 in numerology signifies a person who is creative, expressive, sociable, optimistic. They often have a natural talent for communication and the arts. Ooh, that reminds me of Aquarius and Gemini. Like high vibrational Geminis, that's what I felt. High vibrational Libras too, just high vibration. Let's just see where this takes us. It says they often have a natural talent for communication and the arts. Enjoy being the center of attention, ooh, center stage, and they radiate a positive, happy-go-lucky attitude. However, they may also struggle with focus, organization, and managing finances due to their dispersed energy and natural inclination towards the lighter side of life. It's giving, oh, we'll figure it out. This is very spontaneous energy that I'm picking up from life path number 3. It says people with a life path number 3 are highly artistic and they have a strong need to express themselves through various outlets like writing, acting, or music. What I feel already off the rip is a life path number 3. If they get bored, it's a wrap. They'll close out the cycle. They're on to the next. Life path number 3, high vibrationally, what I'm picking up is somebody that can't afford to get bored. They really want to enjoy every moment in life. That's the feeling that I'm getting. It says charisma and social skills. They are natural influencers and performers who light up a room. They're very witty and they love being around others. Very social energy. They possess a positive outlook on life and a strong sense of joie de vivre. What is that? Joie de vivre? I gotta look that up. What does that mean? Is that French? Inspiring those around them with their sunny disposition. It says enthusiasm, communication. They have a gift for gab, and they're always eager to communicate their ideas and observations in new and interesting ways. Yeah, something about them being like, I feel like when it says their downfall is lack of focus and disorganization, I feel like that comes with being bored. To their defense, I really do feel like that. I want to know what this French saying means. What does that mean? What does this mean? Joie de vivre. That's what it looks. Joie de vivre. I can't even pronounce it. Okay, let's see. This means, what's the meaning? Joie de vivre. It means exuberant enjoyment of life. It's French. They seem to be filled with exuberant enjoyment of life. I love it. Life path number 3, Holy Spirit, beautiful divine angels. What is it that the angels want them to know? It says, relax your body. Relaxing your body promotes tranquility, and when done before bedtime, promotes a more restful sleep. I felt that. I feel like these are people that are so creative. They have to consciously turn off their brains. Just like you control, alt, delete, and power down your phone or your computer. I feel like these people, this life path number 3, I resonate with this. I feel like they're so creative. They can do a multitude of things that they have to really hone in and harness the energy in the present moment and focus in on one thing at a time because they're so gifted. They're highly stimulated. That's the energy that I'm picking up. They like high stimulated conversations. People like this could be labeled as having ADHD, but as we move forward, we know that those Western medicine, labels were always something to kind of keep us in this energy of confinement, behavioral health wise. Now that we're diving more into spirituality, we know that ADHD is really a mind that needs stimulation, a mind that can focus on a plethora of different things simultaneously. And when bored, it will simply move on to something else. Quite literally. Now, the downfall to that is people who seek this level of stimulation have to find balance because they can't get bored really easily, almost to the point where maybe they're starting and not completing things, right? I can resonate with this. So it's so important to channel that energy in the moment at that time based on what it is that you're doing right now in order to get things done. But I feel like really life path number 3, you're here for the party. You're like, hey, I'm not here for a long time. I'm just here for a good time. Even if what appears to not be a long time is 100 years, it's a good time to be here, right? Relaxing your body promotes tranquility, and when done before bed, promotes more restful sleep. While in comfortable position, consciously move through each part of your body and relax any tension. Close your eyes and start at the top of your head, by way of where your forehead is. What is that? That is your cerebral vortex. In the front, your frontal lobe. That's where the decision-making process takes place. Why did I feel the need to enunciate that? That's where the decision-making process takes place, is your cerebral cortex. Vortex, the frontal lobe, okay? It says, close your eyes and start at the top of your head and your forehead. Hold your eyelids together softly. Tilt your head back slightly and straighten your spine. Relax your ears, your mouth, your neck, and your shoulders. Move to your chest, your stomach, and your buttocks, thighs, calves, and feet. Stay in this relaxed state for some time before returning to your daily routine or right before you go to sleep. For an enhanced experience, imagine your breath entering each part of your body as you release the tension. I like that. I feel like that's a good thing to try out. The breathing into every part of your body. This relates. I don't know. I feel like when I mean relate, it's connected to what I feel for life path number 3 by way of energy. It's like powering down all that stimulation, all that, overactive mental activity, staying focused on your thoughts. This is really about balancing out your stimuli by way of what stimulates you. That could be art, dancing, singing, writing, conversations, trying new things, but really being in the moment where you allow yourself to experience all of it. Ooh, life path number 3. You are fun. Life path number 3. This says one thing at a time. We just said that. I love it. This says one thing at a time. The world is now a multitasker's dream. Today, everyone has to manage scattered thoughts, ideas, and movements. Most are not multitaskers through most of what they have to do, though even a renowned multitasker will have difficulty grounding themselves in the moment. Next time you tackle a situation, your never-ending to-do list, focus on one thing, do one task at a time, and see how this allows you to be immersed in the task and in the moment. Is this not confirmation? That's what we just said by way of the conversation that we just had virtually online. I saw this. This is so interesting. I love it when intuition imitates life and art, and it's all connected, and it's clarification, it's confirmation. So something about being in the moment. It says when you can rid yourself, of all other obligations while focusing on what you are doing at the time, the task at hand will allow you to recover the rest. Wow. One more for life path number 3. Life path number 3 is in the building. Okay, so this card says breathe in the moment. Listen, I love the confirmation. Life path number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can resonate with life path number 3. Can we not? Especially with the world being so overly stimulated, there's so much to keep our attention. We're in the age of Aquarius, technology. There's so much to learn about. And I feel like we're just excited about it. I'm really feeling life path number 3's energy. I feel like there's this excitement to cram it all in, but we need to be mindful to be in the moment. Just imagine having more than enough time to get done what you need to get done. That there's always enough time in the day, as we know that time is fluid. This is just something that I'm feeling straight off my spirit. I'm not even reading the card at this point. But just knowing that we have enough time to do what it is that we want to do and making the best of it is absolutely a life that is being fulfilled by none other than yourself. Nobody can take that from you. Your experiences, being in the moment, relaxing your body, remembering that when you feel overstimulated to just take a deep breath. Conversations are so quick now because everybody's on their ascension. When I mean quick, they're fast. We're taking in a lot of information, brain stimuli, being stimulated mentally, knowing what you're taking in, why, when, what, and where, compartmentalizing that as you take it in, and then still finding time by way of balance to engulf your energetic senses to enjoy the moment. Oh, whoa, there's a lot going on there. I love it, life path number 3. Yeah, life path number 3 reminds me of a high vibrational Sagittarius, Gemini, all the signs. I can resonate with this. This says breathe in the moment. The angels are saying to remind yourself to relax your eyes and breathe in the moment, breathe in and out normally. Like, don't force it. Pay attention to your breathing as if you were a captivating story. Wow. What part of your body is doing what as you are taking these deep breaths? Is it your diaphragm, your chest, your whole body? How rapid is your breathing? Are your breaths quick or drawn out? Do you find it difficult to breathe? Is there any pain in your breaths? As you take a deep breath, do you feel anything anywhere in your body? Access everything you can about your breaths by way of the parts of your body and balance that breath out by way of breathing into that part of the body. That's clarification for relaxing the body. Do this intentionally for 8 minutes. Just by acknowledging your own deep breaths, you give yourself more life, more value. This will also allow your mind and body to relax, for the focus is now in the breath and nothing else. Whoa, I like it. I like that. I like that a lot. I really, really like that. I feel like I want to use these cards for you. Life path number 3. Hold on. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. Okay. Life path number 3. We're going to use the Pope Tarot. Let's just check the energy and see what is going on. I just heard something about starting a new project, creative project. Some of you might be interested in creating your own film. Spirit is saying do it. If you have a form and... Why did I say form? Somebody could be completing forms. Somebody could be going to school for this. I feel like that was something that was in alignment with what needs to be said. If you have a phone, a piece of paper, a pencil, Spirit is saying write the script. This could be creative outlet. Something by way of channeling all that creative energy. Let there be nothing blocking your intuition or what it is that you want to do. Let's get into the tarot. Angels, what's going on for my life path number 3s? You got the sun at the bottom of the deck. Something's about to make you really happy, or you're already happy and you're just looking at ways. Yeah, look, didn't I just say Gemini energy? We're tapping into the Gemini energy. So what does that mean? You could be a life path number 3. You don't have to be a Gemini, but you're tapping into your Gemini self. We all carry the energy of Gemini. Gemini represents our nervous system, right? For every vein that runs through your body is communicating something to your spiritual body, your physical body, your internal world, and your external world. The Wheel of Fortune being in alignment, and the Magician. Big Gemini energy. So something about communication. I just heard having conversations with the right people. Okay, the world could represent, this could be online, the World Wide Web, or traveling. Something about successfully closing out cycles and opening up new doors by way of the Wheel of Fortune. This is your good karma. Something about balance, air energy. A lot of air energy. Life path number 3. What's up with life path number 3? Big King of Pentacles energy. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Some of you are really focused on your stability, balance, and being in alignment. This is beautiful energy. Life path number 3. Okay, so maybe you're saving for something. Maybe you're watching where your money goes. Something like that. 4 of Pentacles. There's something that you could be saving for, or something that you don't want to do. You're keeping something to yourself. With Hermit energy, you're going within and you're aligning yourself with the stars. This is beautiful, life path number 3. I resonate. What's good, life path number 3? Yeah, something about new ideas. You're inspired to do something and you're making it happen. Look, just by the way you think, right? You know how sometimes you have a simple thought and then it happens and you're like, I just thought that to myself. Oh my God, and it happened. Like, it's giving that kind of energy. You don't have to say much, but when you are saying something, you're saying a lot in the right way. Yeah, somebody's in the public eye. Somebody's meant to be on the stage. Life path number 3, you're meant to be a performer. I'm getting creative arts. I'm getting like a thespian, somebody that's supposed to be on the stage in movies. What am I feeling? Life path number 3, School of Theater and Arts. Something about fine arts with the star. Aquarius energy. Something about being a center of attention. Something about creative energy. It's something that you're communicating. You got the King of Swords, more air energy. I love this. I love this. Clarify, Holy Spirit. Beautiful angels for my life path number 3s. The moon. You could be moving in silence. Your intuition is telling you to share something with certain people, and certain people you don't need to share something with. The 7 of Swords wanted to come out because you know that somebody is sneaky. Your intuition is spot on, life path number 3. You got the 9 of Pentacles. You're going to have to go with this alone, because the people that you're meant to be around are people that possibly you're about to meet. There's somebody you don't need to share something with, and that could be the world energy. You could have closed out a cycle with certain people that maybe you don't need to be around. You're going towards some type of wish fulfillment. This is a beautiful offer from the divine with the Ace of Pentacles. You're being quiet about it. You're being quiet about it. Your intuition is on point. Oh, come on then. Life path number 3. Dang. 2 of Pentacles. Like, dang. I'm sitting here like, okay, life path number 3. 2 of Pentacles is about balancing out your energy. Alchemizing energy around you so that you can see clearly what's going on. King of Cups energy. Water sign energy. You're balanced emotionally. And the 7 of Pentacles. You're heavily invested in some type of new project. Whatever this is, it's beautiful. Spirit is saying, remember to balance things out. Remember to go within. For some of you, it's being like an actor on stage or writing a screenplay or maybe a book or something creative. Yeah. You could have hit a brick wall with the Hangman, because with the Hermit and the Hangman, it's almost like the universe wanted you to see something from a different perspective. It's like, you know, it's like before you get into this, the universe is saying, let me show you this, because this is going to be your wish fulfillment. You know how sometimes you manifest things and something shows up and it's just a sign of land? Something like that. It's a sign of land, but it's not your final destination to said point, based on where you're going, based on your journey, based on your wheel of fortune, based on what you're manifesting by way of the Magician. Something required for you to be balanced before you got to this level. Whatever you've gone through, it's going to absolutely help you create a beautiful body of work. Big Queen of Pentacles energy, something about business, something about being stable and grounded, remembering who you are. Because, you know, I'm a firm believer that when you do something creatively, I feel like you're sharing parts of yourself by way of a beautiful body of work. And you do it by way of creativity, creative arts. Be this through screenplay or acting or music or jazz or tap. I'm talking to performers. I'm talking to a group of people, creative number 3s, that I feel are supposed to be seen on TV, on the stage. You're a producer, you're a songwriter, you love being in the spotlight. And people love to see you in the spotlight. That's the energy that I'm feeling. And I feel like you are seeing this creative work, this body of work, as a form of almost like spiritual therapy. It's therapeutic. I'm picking up on all the energies. Wow. I feel like whoever I'm talking to creatively, when you sit down to create, it's therapeutic for you. You feel better. I just had another deja vu. I keep having deja vus. I've had 3 so far today. Yeah, I can't make this up. I feel like this is a form of therapy. I feel like this creative work, you socializing, getting back to creative projects, has helped you heal your heart. There's your number 3, 3 of Swords, balance. The number 3 is a very powerful number. You came here to have a good time. You came here to have a good time. 6 of Pentacles, something about knowing what you deserve, balancing out your energy. 6 of Pentacles is equal give and take. Okay. This has taught you, like, it's almost like somebody taking all the pain and channeling that energy into something creative. Music, art, drawing, something really beautiful for people to see. This is how you regained your power. I just heard that song by Drake. Somebody told me I fell off. Ooh, I needed that. It's like you could have got a nudge from the universe like, hey, you know you fell off. You're like, what? Me? Huh? Okay. Yeah, it's giving that kind of energy. But the falling off was always in alignment with what it is that you're supposed to be doing. You needed to fall off. You needed that. You needed whatever this experience was with this Three of Swords, whatever the heartbreak is, whatever the hangman energy is. Spirit is saying you really haven't lost time. You've not lost anything. The hangman. Yeah, you've not lost anything. This is really about self-love. Because you are so creative, I feel like people expect that you will be the life of the party. So you could have had to learn how to balance that out with the Two of Pentacles and Hermit. Balancing out these energies. It's almost like, I knew a comedian once, and I saw parts of him that were very, very dark. I won't go into great detail, but overall energy, he said to me, he says, there's a lot of pressure to be the funny guy. People always expect that I'll show up to the party. I'll be the master of ceremony. I'm a crack a joke. I know I'm funny. But they don't really expect that I ever go through anything, or that, I'm never not laughing. People couldn't imagine him not being funny. So there was pressure in that to show up. There was pressure to be the funny guy. People expected like, oh yeah, he's coming over. Oh, it's going to be great. So he was never really allowed to be that version of himself that he was behind closed doors, which is really processing pain. Most comedians have gone through a lot of pain in my experience and what I've seen, simply because they've learned to channel that energy into comedy. Yeah, most people that are, making people laugh, or they're finding this humor in your pain, are people that have seen a lot of pain. These are people that want to make the world a better place. It's just like going to therapy. If you go to a comedy show, it's just like going to therapy. And I feel like whoever I'm talking to, I feel like there was a lot of pressure for you to be this, overly social person. And people didn't, understand the hermit energy. So I feel like you're reinventing yourself. I feel like you're re-emerging. I feel like you took some time to yourself. If not, you should. Because you have something very beautiful within you that you need to find out what that is. You're going to see the signs. You're going to see the synchronicities. You're going to get all the signs, because with the hermit, there's something that the universe is saying, hold up, let us show you something first. With the hangman, you really didn't lose time. What you gained was new material. Ooh, creative material. Now it's time to move forward with the Two of Wands. So it's almost like, and I remember watching my favorite comedian. I saw him in person, Mike Epps, one of my favorite comedians. God, that was like maybe 5 years ago in Palm Springs. And he said people had said to him like, man, you've been gone for 5 years. Where you been? He said, well, shit, I had to go live and have some experiences so I could come here and give y'all some new jokes. And I thought that was interesting. It made a lot of sense. Yeah, he's like, somebody got to go live this stuff and go through it in order to laugh at it. So he didn't have any new material. Nothing was really going on in his life. And then he kind of sat back and took a break for 5 years. And when he came back out, he had a lot to talk about, a lot to laugh about. And it's interesting because by the time somebody's able to make a joke out of something that they've gone through that might have been hurtful, that's when you know that they've healed from it. It's a form of therapy. And this is what I feel. I feel like creatively, you're going to take your pain and create a beautiful body of work. Life path number 3. Screenplay or something like that. But you needed to be okay with it first. Temperance. Balance. Yeah, I feel like you're going to create something. A book, something like that. Your intuition could be telling you that. I love it. Look at the High Priestess activated. I love it. If you have not joined me on my new platform, High Priestess activated, Divine High Priestess activated, please join me over there. It's a whole nother energy. We talk about a whole bunch of different things. If you're interested, if you just want to meet me here, I am always here. We will talk about life path numbers and what you're here to do. These are just beautiful reminders. This is just something to let you know that, listen, whatever you do, you got the Midas touch. Whatever you had to go through, this was to help your creativity, but ultimately so that you could stand in your power and set a boundary by way of balance. Because I feel like when you are so entertaining, when you are the life of the party, when you are a professional conversationalist, I can relate. I feel like people don't really get it. I feel like sometimes they know one side of you. This is like somebody who's, connected to everything but nothing at all at the same time. That's the feeling that it gives. Yeah, whatever it is, it's going to be profitable. It's a part of your destiny. It's a part of your lineage. You got the 10 of Pentacles. I love this. Strength, something about you standing in your power. Now let's just look at the body parts, because remember, life path number 3, the universe is telling you to breathe into your body. Okay, every body part represents a major arcana in tarot, in the zodiac, and numerology. So strength represents the heart. Okay, High Priestess, that represents your intuition, water energy, Piscean energy. Pisces rules the feet. You need your feet to move forward. You need your feet to dance. You need your feet to perform. And if you don't have your feet, that's okay. You're still moving. Temperance, balance, Sagittarius energy. This represents the legs, forward movement. 3 of Swords, Libra energy, the lower back. But it also represents being in alignment with your root chakra and your heart. What's at the root and the core of you. Something about money. There's a lot of money here. There's a lot of money here. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, the Star, 6 of Pentacles. Something about needing money for something to manifest. So you could be looking for some form of resources. Okay, you got the Magician. You're manifesting the Wheel of Fortune. Everything's going to fall into place. But I feel like with the Hermit and the Hangman, you could have had to sacrifice some things. People, places, and things in order to get into this very winning energy. And this was a good thing. Yeah, look, 7 of Cups. You had to look at your life and weigh the options. Because by way of creative work, especially with actors, it is a form of an illusion. It takes on different meaning, though, when you're doing things based on a true story. I don't know who that's for, but I feel like somebody's got a lot of creative work within them. Things that could, again, have been hard to experience. Yeah, but you're taking that and you're rolling with it and you're creating some type of body of work. I see somebody doing art, dancing on the stage, music, something like that. This is your time. Knight of Swords, and you're full steam ahead. I feel like you're moving like this energy with the Knight of Swords is like giving me this energy like I'm gonna move towards my goals like it's the last day I have here. Just imagine if you woke up knowing that today was your last day, all the things that you would do, what would you do? Yeah, like in real life. Yeah, it's almost like a swift action, standing up for yourself, your ideas, your goals, listening to your intuitions. King of Pentacles is Taurus energy, that's throat energy. Virgo energy is the stomach, making sure that you put good things in your body and how you process things by way of your gut intuition. Then you got Capricorn. Capricorn rules the bones. Your bones are your gems. That is your crystalline within you activated. That's your protection. Your bones hold memory. Okay? That's your ancestors. The Star energy, something's destiny. The wheel is turning in your favor. 7 of Cups, you're going to have a lot of options. A lot of good options. I feel like you already know that. Sometimes we know that we have these talents, but then there's like a fear to tap into them because we know that once we tap into them, there's going to be a part of ourselves that we tap into that people will expect for us to be. But I feel like once you release yourself from that obligation, you free yourself. You free your thoughts. You flow freely. You create in a way that doesn't ask for permission. Yeah, quite literally. Okay, life path number 3, then come through. Yeah, 9 of Swords. You could feel like you've lost time. 9 of Swords, Dark Night of the Soul. Who's that 9 of Swords? I feel like these are people that are watching you go through some type of change. I feel like whatever you went through, you're going to create something beautiful from it. Taking your pain and turning it into some type of passion. Yeah, something like that. Death and the 9 of Swords. You got people that are really afraid of your change. Because they know they can't go with you. That's what I just heard. They can't go with you. Yeah, you're coming out as the Empress energy, divine feminine energy, or masculine. Yeah, look, and the Five of Wands in the reverse. I feel like whoever I'm talking to, I feel like you're not interested in arguing with people about who you are. I feel like you see that as senseless energy, scattered energy. That's unnecessary to put your energy in places and argue with people about who you are. Five of Wands in the reverse. When you already see that these people feel defeated, this could be people that were connected to your dark night of the soul. But you see that these experiences were essential to your strength, essential to your ascension, vital. Ace of Wands, something's inspiring you. Taking time to heal, but also remembering to get back up and get back to what you do naturally. Naturally charismatic. That's what I just heard. You're the life of the party. You're the life of the party. Yeah, you're moving forward. The Chariot. I can't make this up. Unapologetically. Something about balancing out those private times, you know, taking a rest. Four of Swords and a Seven of Swords. You're moving in silence. You're learning to share your ideas with people that are just as creative as you, because there's no tiny space of competition when you're amongst other artists. There's no competition in that. It's like everybody's being themselves. They're transparent, but you're being very selective about where your energy goes and who you share your information with. Yeah, Five of Cups, because you had to learn the hard way. This is like sharing things with certain people before their time. Uh-oh, my ears are ringing. Why are my ears ringing? Two of Cups. You're coming into some type of union and partnership. I feel like that's you and your higher self, and somebody's watching that. Page of Swords. Somebody's watching you heal, and you went through some type of transformation. You got a divine masculine here. Or you could be a divine masculine that's taking charge of your life and you're happy. The Sun. You're in this energy of enlightenment, strength. Listen to your intuition. Strength represents the heart. The Chariot, Cancerian energy is nurturing. That is the breast energy. Hence the breastplate of righteousness. You got the Emperor energy. That rules the crown. That's Aries energy. Meaning where your mind goes is where your body is going to go. Two of Cups is also balance. Empress energy, self-love and stability. Ooh, I love this. Two of Pentacles, balance. Ace of Pentacles, you got a lot of money coming in. If you needed money to create something, it's coming. This could also represent like donations or something like that. GoFundMe, doesn't matter. The money's coming in from all different ways. Could be Cash App, Zelle, okay, whatever. You could be telling somebody to go to hell. Whatever the case, it's coming in. Seven of Cups, you got a lot of options. Beautiful life path number 3. I love this. This was fun. I resonate. And I feel like life path number 1 and 2 will resonate. You've gone through a full transformation, and you got people from the past that don't know how to deal with that because somebody is watching you and they're in the Nine of Swords. You went through a whole bunch to heal your heart. Now it's time to talk about it, laugh about it, and still be the center of attention. Because something about you being the center of attention, all eyes on you. You know, when a lot of people are watching you and you're an entertainer or you're some type of creative artist, you know, you're not going to be for everybody. And I feel like you already know that. I feel like you know what it takes to have a tough skin in order to hold this position in such a way that it is still stimulating to you. Because I feel like life path number 3, if it doesn't stimulate you, you're not interested. If it's not a conversation where you can get something out of it or you're learning something, because I'm getting this inquiring minds want to know type energy from you. But I also feel like there are inquiring minds that want to know about who you are and what you're up to. But when you have a lot of people watching, you know, and they're all going to have their own take on you or the character that you play, or just you in general when you're not wearing your thespian hat, right? Or your singer's hat or your artist hat, and you're just kind of stripped down to the quiet self that you are when you're in hermit, and you bring that energy into the public eye, and you're around people who I feel you want to be comfortable with. You don't want to have to explain why you don't want to talk today. It doesn't mean that anything is wrong. Maybe it's just an authentic energy that you're carrying. And I feel like you are not in a position where you feel like you need to people please. That could have been something that you accidentally did in the past. Especially when I talked about my comedian friend, I feel like what I noticed, because he reminds me of a life path number 3. I feel like he felt a lot of pressure to be the funny guy. And when he would go through things, he told me one time, he's like, you really don't know me. I'm like, I've known you for 15 years. You're hilarious. He's like, exactly. He's like, people don't know. I go through things. I'm quiet. I'm not always funny. He's like, the guy that's laughing the hardest is usually the guy that's gone through the most. And I took that with me and I processed it in such a way that I had to be fair about his experience. But I could also relate to it, There's a lot of pressure to be, this beautiful body of work while being stimulated at the same time with the hopes that you get some type of joy out of it. And I feel like when people are hoping that you are something to them, you have to learn not to people please, because there was a lot of pressure on him to be the funny guy, or he wouldn't show up. If he couldn't be that version of himself, he didn't want to show up. And I thought to myself, these are not real connections, because people really don't know you. And that's okay. But there's some people that felt like they really didn't know him, but what they saw was the funny guy. And I feel like it's the same thing for you, life path number 3. This kind of triggered that story for me. I feel like it's the same thing for you. I feel like, because you are naturally charismatic. What some people have to go to school to get, you have it quite naturally. It's a je ne sais quoi, if you will, within your bloodline, within your DNA. It's like the Most High God was like, okay, let me give him or her a little bit more sass and pizzazz and charisma. I love this. People love you. 3 of Cups. You're the life of the party. Yeah, you're being guided to balance out your endeavors, but I feel like you want real connections. Yeah. 4 of Pentacles in a reverse. There's parts of you no longer want to hold back. There's parts of you that you're now ready to be authentic about. Yeah, I do feel like that. King of Pentacles energy, something about you being stable and grounded. Yeah, somebody's watching you. Somebody's watching you live in your truth. You could be inspiring other people to live in their truth. It's something that you're doing creatively. I really look forward to whatever this is. Comment down below whether you see this message now or next year. If this comes across your timeline, please share your body of work, because I really want to see it. Look at this. You taking a leap of faith on something creative. This could be, I just heard screenplay, because I'm getting thespian. I'm getting like the school of art, film. For some of you that can't go to film school, Spirit is saying just start recording. Start being creative. Put it out there into the universe and let the rest just come together. You're going to meet the right people at the right time. That's what I just heard. Yeah. The Tower. There's a moment of realization. It's almost like it's a good tower though. Because look at the 2 of Pentacles. This is a tower like an aha moment. It's like when there's something that you have to do, something that needs to be done, you're like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta leave this job. I gotta leave this situation. I gotta leave this state. I just feel like I need to go. And this is the aha moment, is that tower. Now that could take a lot of people by surprise. Maybe people feel like you're impulsive, but that's okay. That has nothing to do with you. Let them. They don't, people that feel like you're impulsive to this capacity are usually people that are afraid to take risks, but you're very spontaneous. And stimulation, you need to be stimulated with the Fool and the 2 of Wands. Something about a journey, something about traveling. The Tower. You got people that can't accept that about you. The 5 of Cups. These are people that were banking on you staying the same. Yeah, for their own comfort. 5 of Cups. This is somebody that needed you to stay the same for their own personal selfish reasons. It's like, why you gotta go change? Why you gotta go away and change for? That's the energy. Clarify life path number 3. Yeah. These are people that you already know the story. Five of Cups and the Five of Swords. These are people that wish that they could do what you do. They were supposed to learn how to be spontaneous from you. But you realize you can't help everybody. With the Hangman, these are healthy sacrifices. Save yourself. Yeah, because the last thing you want to do is not be stimulated. Look at how passionate you are with the Knight of Wands, passionately in pursuit of being balanced. And for you, being stimulated, being able to be creative, having good conversations, being in social atmospheres that make you feel safe, to be transparent, absolutely is something that you are striving to manifest, and you've already created it. Now you just have to show up. Four of Pentacles in a reverse. You're looking to release parts of yourself that maybe you've held too close. Maybe you've held them too close to your heart. Yeah, look, you're ready to close out this cycle and open a new one. Something about traveling, something about all over the world. This could also be the web. You could be creating something that goes viral. You could be in some line of communication. This could be like a radio show, a platform. That's not for all of you, but life path number 3. Who the universe is saying you are really, and you're guarded. You're protecting your peace from somebody from the past that don't concern you. Yeah. Five of Wands in the, like, competition. You ain't got time. Meet me over at Spiritual Court TV. We'll talk about it, but this is not the platform. This is only about your life path, your birthright. We see it. We see Five of Cups, Five of Swords. Okay. These are people that don't have the ability to adapt in any situation. And why did you have this encounter? Because you were supposed to get something from them, and they were supposed to get something from you. I feel like you were teaching these people to be fearless. Yep. Some of these people built their life around you, but now you have to move forward. And so now they're going to have to find something else to do. And unfortunately, when people realize that, and they've held on to this narrative of who you need to be for so long, they now have to come to the realization that they have to go and do something else with their life. Yeah, that you're not obligated. These people needed you to be around. They needed you to be the life of the party. And somebody feels like now that you're moving forward to new, like, experiences, the life of the party is like, there's no life in the party. Well, that's not good. Somebody's got to figure out what lights their fire, what gets their goose gandered. I love y'all. I love you. Wrap your arms around yourself. Life path number 3. I have every right to be here. Life path number 3. Just like the stars and the moon, and I am here, and you are showing up. You are the center of attention, whether you realize it or not. And I also feel like there are times when you don't feel like being the center of attention. But guess what? With the Four of Pentacles and the reverse and the Hermit and the Tower, you're winging it. You're just like, you're so real right now. You know, satisfying your own enthusiasm by way of what stimulates your creative projects. Nobody's going to write the script for you better than you. If you don't like the story, rewrite the script. And you're rewriting the script. You didn't like the story. I love this. I love this for you. So I will see y'all in the next video. Come back for life path number 4. I'm sure it's going to be very, very interesting. I love y'all, okay? I'll see you soon. Peace be with you.